Today, we're going to talk about a topic that 60% of Americans struggle with: thyroid dysfunction, thyroid disease. My name is Diego Reyes, functional health coach, functional nutritionist, owner of Complete Vitality Functional Health Coaching Organization. We are a functional health organization that helps men and women just like you get to the root cause, lose the weight, and keep it off long term. Nonetheless, I've helped many individuals, primarily women, conquer their thyroid issues, whether it be Hashimoto's, hypothyroidism, or Graves' disease, or whatever it may be. We got to the root cause. And in this video, I'm going to go over what could be going on with your specific thyroid issues, what you can do to help it, and how you can actually get to the root cause of it so you can finally get your life back, ultimately lose the weight, and regulate your hormone levels and even your cardiometabolic panels. So, with that being said, thyroid issues are more prevalent than ever before. 1 in 8 women struggle with thyroid issues, and like I said, 60% of the population struggle with thyroid issues, but yet they don't even know it. And that's because most individuals struggle with hypothyroidism, but the main cause of that is Hashimoto's thyroiditis. So you might have one of these issues, but nonetheless, what happens, first things first, is that majority of the time when you're going to your normal conventional doctor, you're going to your endocrinologist, they're not doing a full thyroid panel. Okay, they're just looking at TSH, and perhaps T4, free T4. And none of these lab values, just these lab values alone, is not going to tell you what's actually truly going on with the thyroid gland. And the problem with that is that conventional medicine, allopathic medicine, primary care doctors just think of the thyroid gland in itself. Okay, it doesn't look at the other things that your thyroid gland influences. Okay, so we may know this because we struggle with different symptoms with thyroid issues, such as night sweats, feeling cold, depression, anxiety, weight gain, weight loss resistance. All these things are part of a thyroid problem, but yet our doctor doesn't associate it with it being a thyroid problem. Nonetheless, though, what's truly going on? Well, for majority of individuals, what happens is that they're not getting a full thyroid panel. So, like I've said before, since you're not checking what's truly going on with their thyroid gland, you don't know what's really going on. And for majority of individuals, they have either something called subclinical hypothyroidism, meaning their TSH is normal, but their T3 and T4 levels are low, and that might be you. Or they have something called cellular hypothyroidism. You might have it, cellular hypothyroidism. This is when your lab values look normal, but you still deal with thyroid symptoms. Nonetheless, we have to get to the root cause of this. And for many individuals, there are several root causes to why you struggle with thyroid problems, because the thyroid gland is the backup of everything and the master of none. So what I mean by that is that your thyroid gland is the canary to the coal mine. And with that being said, we need to look at the thyroid gland like it's just reacting to the internal and external environments that we put ourselves into. So many things that cause your thyroid to, wreak havoc is food intolerances, activating the immune system. So what happens is that if you struggle with hypothyroidism, it could be Hashimoto's, but you may never know this because your thyroid's not testing your antibodies. Okay, when there's an antibody attack, your body mistakenly attacks your thyroid gland tissue, and if it's not, caught on early, then unfortunately it can actually deteriorate your thyroid gland, therefore making you stay on medication for life, needed to be. So with that being said, with understanding this, like food intolerances, okay, gut dysbiosis, SIBO, maybe an IBS label, micronutrient deficiencies, okay, infections, okay, these things cause your thyroid gland to take a decline, take a hit. And many conventional doctors or conventional weight loss methods do not help fix this regardless. So you can cut as many calories as you want, you can exercise as much as you want, but you're still not going to actually attack the root cause issue. Therefore, you're not going to actually lose the weight. And I know this because many women come into my coaching, my practice, and they've tried everything for the weight loss diets, from all types of medications like Synthroid, levothyroxine, but yet they still haven't lost the weight because they haven't addressed the true root cause to why their thyroid is slowed down. And this should be noted because your thyroid is the master of your metabolism. If you have poor thyroid function, whether it be low T3, high reverse T3, or anything like that, that will impair your metabolism on the cellular level, okay? Because your hormone T3 speaks to every cell in your body, and it works on pretty much its, all of its functions and physiology. So many individuals that struggle with either sex hormone imbalances, meaning they have estrogen dominance, they have low testosterone, they have low progesterone as a female. These things can be caused by dysregulation to the thyroid gland tissue. So no matter if you're struggling with symptoms of hair loss, fatigue, depression, anxiety, weight gain, weight loss resistance, you have to get to the root cause of your thyroid problems. And like I said, many times it's a combination of a lot of things. And so with that being said, what could you start doing to fix your thyroid issues for you to start losing weight? Okay. First thing is to test. You want to get a full thyroid test to figure out what truly is going on with your thyroid gland. You want to check out your, not just TSH, but you want to check out free T3, okay, total T3, free T4, TPO, TGAB, okay. You're going to also want to check reverse T3, and those type of things, because you want to see where is it that it's off, okay. And from there you'll be able to start tailoring a protocol with whatever someone like me or a functional practitioner or a nutritionist or whatever to help get to the root cause of your thyroid issues. Next is to fix the inflammation in the gut bacterial imbalance. And what I mean by that is that no matter what, a lot of thyroid issues come upon or caused by inflammation and gut bacterial imbalance, meaning you have either an overgrowth of bacteria in your gut or you have food intolerances coming from a leaky gut. Okay, so all these things can contribute to a decline in thyroid hormone. Okay, inflammation can block the messages of proper thyroid hormone conversion. Okay, so all these things should be noted when you are looking to fix your thyroid gland. Nonetheless, after you've perhaps got a full thyroid panel, help with the inflammation, help with the gut, you want to also help with pretty much the stress and adrenal function. And what I mean by that is that many individuals also causes is adrenal cortisol dysregulation, whether it be high stress or even low cortisol, all contributes to thyroid dysregulation. So making sure that we get our cortisol under control. With that also being said, we want to make sure that we're getting adequate micronutrient intake in. Okay, the primary nutrients needed for thyroid functions is zinc, selenium, iodine, tyrosine, vitamin A, B6, B12, vitamin D are just some of the vitamins and nutrients needed for thyroid function, thyroid health. And if you're deficient in any of these, that will impair the thyroid, deodorinase enzymes that help with the conversion of thyroid, and then also the thyroid synthesis, the creation of thyroid hormone. So first things first was we want to test. Next is that we want to get to the inflammation and the gut bacterial issues. Maybe it's leaky gut, maybe it's SIBO, maybe it's fungal overgrowth, candida, maybe it's H. pylori, maybe it's low stomach acid. Whatever it may be, we have to get to the root cause of that. Next is that we want to have adequate micronutrient intake, meaning we have to get the nutrients and herbs to help us with pretty much our thyroid function and synthesis. Next is to get our cortisol levels under control, because if we're dealing with cortisol, too high of cortisol, that's going to impede on thyroid function. If we're having too low cortisol, we can't even make thyroid hormone. Okay, and and then all would be using strategic supplementation to help with the thyroid gland. I like to use thyroid glandular support, meaning it's actual thyroid gland, not medication, but it's actual natural gland tissue coming from an animal, and then using supportive supplements to get enough nutrients that we might not be getting through our diet, like selenium, iodine, those type of things, vitamin A. Magnesium is a big one. Okay. And then taking supportive supplements perhaps for your cortisol issues like ashwagandha, L-theanine, bacopa. These are other herbs that you can take to help with the cortisol levels that they will improve your thyroid function. Nonetheless, if you are struggling with thyroid issue, you want to get to the root cause, whether it be hypothyroidism, Hashimoto's, Graves' disease, or whatever, I'm here for you. Okay. The number one thing is to advocate for yourself. If your doctor's not pulling a full thyroid panel, you can just pull it yourself. I can run a thyroid panel. You can get it online at everyday low prices too, not very expensive. And that's going to really dramatically help you with your health. And so if you're looking to get to the root cause, finally lose the weight and keep it off long term, then message me root cause today.